Hey everyone, it's Andrew from the Dashcam store. I hope you're doing alright. Today we're going to talk about two of BlackVue's newest dashcams. We've got the DR600GW-HD and the DR650GW-2 channel. The only difference basically between these two is that the one on the right here, the 650, has the additional second lens, and the one on the left here is just essentially going to be a forward-facing dashcam. Now the main body of the 600 and the 650 is essentially the same as far as performance and form factor, except that this one has a little slot for the cable to go to the rear camera. That's going to be basically the only difference. So really I'm only going to talk about the 650 today, and you can garner most of the information from the 650 that'll still apply to the 600. Okay, looking at the 650 GW here, I'm just going to do a quick unboxing. I know there are other unboxing videos that are more detailed about this. I'm just going to kind of cut to the chase. So you can see we have the capabilities all the way up to 64 GB now for the BlackVue units. They can come pre-sold that way, so you don't have to buy your own 64 gig card. You can get one natively. The packaging, you'll notice, is a little bit less fancy than last year's model, the DR650, but this is a cost-saving thing for BlackVue that of course gets passed on to the customer. Okay, first thing you'll notice here, you got the rear element, you got the front element, this foam insert here, then inside the tray here you've got all of your accessories. You've got the coaxial cable that go between the two units. You've got your power cord, of course, to the main unit, and you've got a little baggie of, you got some extra adhesive pads, some clips that allow you to manage your cables when you're running the power cord and the coaxial cable, and you also have a handy USB card reader. Basically, you can take the memory card and put it into this card reader, and then this is actually a USB plug. It'll go right into your computer to let you read your memory card pretty easily. So then you also have this Wi-Fi quick tip sheet. It's got the password, of course, which is BlackVue. That should be widely known by this point. And here you have a really nice instruction manual. So one of the most common questions that we receive regarding the new DR650 here on the left is how does it compare to last year's model, the DR550, right here on the right? Well, obviously you can see there are some cosmetic differences. For the 650, they've wisely gone to a less conspicuous design. It's all black, so it's going to be harder to notice in your vehicle when somebody's looking in from the outside. The 550 over here has a gray mounting ring and a chrome ring around the lens itself there, which is kind of a little bit noticeable from the outside of the vehicle. So they went ahead and got rid of the chrome here. It's all black. The mounting bracket itself is black, and it makes it a lot harder to notice from outside the car. So that's definitely a nice upgrade from the 550 here. It's also the same thing on the same story on the rear units here. You can see the gray of the 550 here and the black of the 650 on the left here. So not a huge difference in the rear. Of course, this one was already pretty inconspicuous, but now it's even more, or it's even less conspicuous with all black design. I mean, it's just you can look at some of the pictures that we have on our installation gallery of the 650 installed in a vehicle, and it's nearly invisible. It's really great. So another difference between the DR550 and the DR650 is the DR650 now has an upgraded image sensor. You now get a Sony 2.4 megapixel image sensor on the front element here. It was 2.0 megapixel for the 550. But besides that, they're pretty much the same. Here you can see the sides are the same. The mount essentially is the same, other than the coloring. So one of my favorite features about the BlackVue cameras is, of course, the fact that it's removable from its mount. So this is the windshield mount. You would remove this adhesive strip here and stick it onto your windshield wherever you'd like to have it installed on your car, and you can rotate this to any angle to be suitable to your the angle of your dashboard, or I'm sorry, of your windshield. That way you're pointing out in the proper direction. But anyway, so on the front of this clip here is a little button. You can see it right here. Basically, when it's in your vehicle, you just reach up there and depress the button with your finger and just slide this guy right out of there. So the mount stays attached to your windshield. If you're going to be going somewhere where you might be worried about break-ins or vandalism or something like that, then you can just quickly remove your unit and take it with you. So let's go ahead and turn on the DR650GW2 channel, and I'll go over some of the functionality with you guys. Of course, there is the slot for the second camera, but you don't have to plug it in if you'd like to use it as a single camera mode. You can certainly do that. That's what I'm going to do today. I've got my power cord plugged into my 12-volt outlet already. Just go ahead and plug that guy in. You can see the first indication is we have a blue LED that lets you know that you have power. And it takes a few moments to boot up here, but then we'll get talking about the functionality.
BlackVue for your safe driving. Starting normal recording.
Okay, so that's the message you hear, which of course you can disable any of the voice messages that that the BlackVue unit will put out. But you see the red blinking light here, that means we're in operation.
Audio recording disabled.
And the audio recording is enabled and disabled with a swipe of your finger.
Recording.
So you can see that's all you need to do to, let's say if you want to take a phone call, or you just don't want to have your conversation recorded, you just simply reach up and swipe your finger past the side here.
Audio recording disabled.
Like so. Basically, it's going to be the same as the 550. I won't go into too much detail here. Of course, you've got the Wi-Fi button to turn your Wi-Fi on here. I'll go ahead and push that.
Wi-Fi on.
And then you look on the left side here, and you'll notice that when the Wi-Fi icon goes solid, that's how you know when you can connect to the unit. Now, BlackVue's one more difference between last year's model. They've improved the performance of the Wi-Fi, so you're able to transfer files more quickly. The live view streaming video is actually improved. The performance of that has been improved for this year's model, so that's a nice upgrade here. So you can see it's on. The Wi-Fi is on now. We could actually use it, our app, our smartphone, or however you may to connect with this. And you can actually configure the BlackVue to turn on automatically with the Wi-Fi. Personally, I've found that I don't like to have it come on automatically, because then your phone, when you're driving around, is going to tend to latch to the Wi-Fi signal, and then you're not going to be able to have data when you want to check your email or something like that online. So anyway, it's certainly helpful in some cases to configure the Wi-Fi to come on automatically, but that's why they provide the button here, so you can just turn it on when you need to copy a file or change the configuration settings. So, talking about the Wi-Fi functionality of the DR650 or the DR600, this is a Microsoft, this is a Samsung tablet actually, but it runs Microsoft Windows 8, and any tablet that you have now, aside from Android or iOS, such as your iPad or your Nexus tablet or whatever, now actually there's an app for Windows that BlackVue has released. So in order to use your Windows tablet with the BlackVue, you need to basically you need to find the access point that is put out by the BlackVue in your list here. So I've clicked my little Wi-Fi icon down here. I can see the DR650 hotspot right there. I'll go ahead and tell the tablet to connect to that. So it takes a moment to connect, and you'll notice that it's going to tell you when it's done connecting that the connection is limited. That's normal. It just means that the tablet is not able to access the internet via the camera, and of course we know that that's not going to happen anyway, so that's completely normal and that's fine. And now it shows that we have limited connectivity there. That's okay. Let's just go back to the app now. And you can see here that the name of that Wi-Fi hotspot that's produced by the BlackVue is showing up in my list here. Now I can hit the Wi-Fi button here, and here we go. So now we can see, just like on your smartphone, you have the list of files. You can toggle them by front or rear. However, if you just want to look at something from the rear camera, you can do it like that, just the front or both here. You can also toggle it by normal recordings, event recordings, or parking mode only recordings. I've talked a little bit more about these in the past, so I'm not going to go over these too much in depth, but basically normal, when you're driving around like normal. Event, if the camera detects a physical bump, then it will tag the recording as an event recording. And then parking, obviously when the unit has detected itself as stationary, and it is just sitting there recording in parking mode, you'll see that they get tagged with a P for parking mode. So let's check the live view. You can see here, there's my desk, there's my tablet, and of course this is coming directly from the BlackVue unit itself. So that's a live view. And if I had the rear camera attached, I just need to hit this button here to toggle it to the rear. But essentially this is just a copy of the software that's going to be on your smartphone, but now you can get to it on your tablet. And of course, same thing as your tablet, you can configure the settings here. Everything that you can do on the normal smartphone, you can do on this app as well. It's kind of cool to be able to use a bigger tablet. So let me go back here. One more thing, if you had copied any videos over to the actual tablet itself via Wi-Fi, they'd show up when you hit the internal tab up here. And I haven't copied over any, but that's where they would go. And then basically once they're in here, you see that there's a YouTube button here. Basically you just long press on the video, you get the option to upload straight to YouTube. That's a real quick way to get your videos onto the cloud if you need to do that. So I didn't really talk too much about the PowerMagic Pro. I did go over all the details of this one in my last video about the DR650. Nothing has changed as far as the PowerMagic Pro is concerned. Of course, I'll just give you a quick look at that just in case you're not familiar. If you want to see all the details, definitely please go look at the other video. It's the same old module. You have the power cord, or the power cord outlet where your cigarette lighter plug from the camera goes into, and you've got these three wires. You've got the ground wire, and you have the switched and constant power wires. Now basically, if you order a DR600 or a DR650 from us, from the Dashcam store, we're going to include a set of free fuse taps and instructions for using them. Now basically, these guys are going to make your installation of the BlackVue and PowerMagic super simple. You basically just take the fuse tap, crimp it onto using the butt connector here, you're going to crimp it onto the cable there. This is going to go into your fuse box in one slot where you're going to have the constant power, and the other one is going to go to the other cable, and that'll be into your switched power. Basically, you don't have to go cutting any wires, tapping any wires. We're going to include these free fuse taps for you, and it's going to make the installation a breeze. And of course, we have the instructions for how to use them. It tells you exactly which one to hook to where, and a little image there, and our contact information for your support. So that's a little bonus that the Dashcam store throws in for you. If you purchase the PowerMagic Pro and the BlackVue unit, well, you're going to get a free set of fuse taps. And we do have the fuse taps in all the different sizes. These are the normal mini fuse style, but we also have them in the low profile mini fuse, and also the larger ATO fuse, and also the new small micro 2 fuse style. So we've got you covered. Whatever kind of fuses you have in your vehicle, we'll send you the right set. These are the ones that get sent out automatically. These are the most common in pretty much all cars these days. But if you have the wrong, or if you have a different type of fuse in your car, you just need to let us know at the time of order or whenever you go to install, and we'll send you a different set. So a few final thoughts about the DR600 and the DR650. BlackVue's really hit a home run with these dash cams. They're super reliable. The fact that they're now less noticeable from the outside the vehicle is a big plus. A lot of people here in the US, myself included, we want to have something that's not very noticeable from the outside, and of course them going to this darker design definitely accomplishes that. The upgrade to the 64 gigabyte native capacity is amazing. Everybody wants to have more capacity on how much video they can store, so BlackVue addressed that concern as well. The increased image quality, the increased Wi-Fi performance, it's just, there's really nothing to complain about with these. But yeah, you can always reach me, Andrew, at thedashcamstore.com. You can shoot me an email. You can give us a call at 888-855-5470. That's going to be the store line for sales or support. And also you can email support directly, support@thedashcamstore.com. And as always, drive safe.